You filed for protection, or maybe your ex did, and the court granted a restraining order. So now you're wondering, does this affect custody? Can I still see my child, or is custody now off the table? So let's break down the difference between protective orders and custody law here in Wisconsin, and why mixing them up can lead to serious mistakes. I'm Jeff Hughes with Sterling Lawyers, and we handle family law and protection cases across Wisconsin. And one thing we see often is confusion between restraining orders and custody rights. They're both handled in court, but they exist for completely different reasons and follow different laws. Let's walk through what each one actually does and how they often intersect. Starting first with protective orders. They are for immediate safety. They're sometimes called TROs, or temporary restraining orders, and they fall under Chapter 813 of the Wisconsin Statute. And their entire purpose is this: immediate protection from harm. And you can request one from the judge if there is domestic abuse, harassment, stalking, child abuse, or fear of serious emotional or physical harm. Judges can issue a TRO within hours, even without the other party being present. And then they may extend it to a full injunction after a full hearing. These orders can include no contact terms, stay away zones like school, home, or daycare, firearm restrictions, exclusive possession of the residence, limited or temporary contact with children. But here's the key. Protective orders are short-term and they are safety-focused. They are not a substitute for a parenting plan. Now let's shift over to the custody placement laws. These are for long-term parenting arrangements. Custody and placement decisions are handled under Chapter 767, specifically 767.41. This statute guides how a court decides legal custody. Now, custody is who makes major decisions. Physical placement, that is where the child lives from day to day. Holiday schedules, school year routines, communication rules, and more. Unlike restraining orders, these are not emergency tools. They take time, require input from both parents, and are based on what is in the child's best interests. Judges look at the child's relationship with each parent's ability to meet the child's needs, any history of abuse or neglect, stability in each home, willingness to co-parent. Now, where things get complicated is when there is protection involving a child. Now, let's say you filed for a restraining order and you're going through a divorce or separation. That restraining order can temporarily affect custody or placement, especially if it restricts contact with the child. But it does not make a final decision about custody. That decision must still be made under 767.41 with full consideration of all of the legal factors. We've helped parents where a protective order temporarily gave one parent exclusive possession of the marital residence, but the final custody order included a shared placement schedule, especially after things de-escalated and safety was addressed. Now, here is a strategic tip. Use both for the right reasons. Protective orders are serious. They are not tools to get leverage in a custody battle, and using them in that way can backfire. But if there's real danger, don't wait. Protective orders are the right tool for immediate safety. Then, with legal help, you can start building your case for a parenting plan that works long-term and protects your child's well-being. So what happens when a restraining order and a custody case collides? Can one override the other? And what if the child wants contact with the protected parent? In this next video, I'll explain how Wisconsin courts handle custody when protective orders are in place and what your next move should be. Click below and let's walk through it together.